Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another Rookie Card Collector 123 video. In today's episode, I'm going to show 10 more cards from my personal collection. The common theme with today's cards is going to be that they're all rookie cards. There's 9 baseball and there's 1 basketball. And also they are all oversized, not real big, they're kind of in the postcard size range. So the first card I'm going to show is one of my favorite pre-war rookies. This is a 1923 to 24 exhibit card. These came out of the penny vending machines in the arcades back in the 1920s. And also into the 30s, 40s, and 50s. They were popular. So this 23-24 exhibit pictures Al Simmons. Simmons was an outfielder with the Philadelphia Athletics. One of the best hitters in baseball during the 20s and 30s. Put up some huge offensive seasons. This was a major offensive era historically, so some of his numbers have to kind of be taken in context with the era that he played. Guys that played in the dead ball era before him would not have been able to put up anywhere near the kind of stats that Simmons did. But still one of the top hitters of his day, both for power and average. Important part of the Philadelphia Athletics team that would build into a dynasty in the late 20s and early 30s under Connie Mack. That team also included Jimmy Fox, Mickey Cochran, Lefty Grove, as well as Simmons. The 23-24 exhibits are one of these scarcer exhibit series from the 20s. Probably the scarcest ones are that one, as well as the 1925 exhibit series. So the 23-24s have the white border surrounding the image in the photo. The player's name is in cursive writing. Underneath that is the team he played for, the position, and the league he played in this case, American League. The backs of the exhibits from the 20s are all blank. This one is blank. It's clean. There's no writing or anything on it. PSA actually gave this one a 2MK. Since the time I bought it on eBay, I did not see any kind of mark in the listing. The seller told me he never saw a mark on it, and once I had it in person in hand, I've never been able to detect what the mark is. So I have a feeling, especially in today's grading, where PSA has kind of cut back a lot on qualifiers, if I resubmitted this, it probably would not have an MK anymore. And the wear on the corners and all would probably still keep it in the 2 range. But I don't really regrade stuff unless there's a particular reason, so I have never resubmitted it. Okay, next up is going to be another exhibit card from the 20s. This one is a different set. This is one of the ball players I just mentioned from the Philadelphia Athletics also. This is catcher Mickey Cochran. This set is the 1926 to 29 postcard back exhibits. Some catalogs and grading companies have dated this from anywhere from 25 to 31. A little bit broader range of dates. The SGC label says 26 to 29. That's kind of been, I think, the general consensus. These were issued over multiple seasons. A lot of times the best way to try to identify when the particular image was from, which one of those seasons, would be based on the uniform. The Baseball Hall of Fame has a section on their website called Dressed to the Nines. And if you go in there, it's a uniform database where they show you pictures year by year of every team that played in both the American League and the National League during that season. And you could actually pull up an image of the home jersey or the home uniform and the away uniform for each team for every year I believe from the modern era, like 1901, all the way through at least through the 70s. I don't think I ever looked at anything beyond that time frame. So Cochran, his earliest cards would be this one, which was issued in 26 initially. And he also has a Sports Company of America. It's a small black and white card. Some people refer to those as Spalding cards. That one was a more definitive 26 issue. This one is arranged 26 to 29. But a Mickey Cochran rookie. Now, as the name implies, I mentioned the set was a postcard back exhibit set. The back of these is not blank. The back actually has the postcard markings of a typical postcard from the era, including the divided postcard back, the stamp box, and the spots for correspondence and messages. Prior to, I believe it was 1907 or 1908, the postcard backs were not divided. After 1908, the postcard backs will have a line down the middle. One side was meant to put a message, the other side was meant to have the name and address of the person you were mailing the postcard to. The pre-1908 postcards, any message written a lot of times was written on the front of the card, either on the bottom margin or on the side margins, which explains why a lot of the real early postcards are in very low grade, because a lot of times the writing is on the front, so the eye appeal kind of suffers because of that. But the reality is that's the way they were made, and that's the way they were intended to be used. So unfortunately, grading wise, it counts against the card, but maybe should not. Next postcard I have, or next rookie card I have here, this is another one that I mentioned already. This is also from the same set as the Mickey Cochran. It's the 1926 to 29 postcard back exhibit. This is Lefty Grove, the great left-handed pitcher from the Philadelphia Athletics again, from the 20s and 30s. Grove actually spent the second half of his career with the Boston Red Sox. Had some excellent seasons with them as well, but was most dominant during his time with Philadelphia. Part of the A's team that won championships in the 29, 30, 31 time frame. You'll notice in this one, it looks like PSA has slabbed the card backwards. Because the holder, the flip on top is the reverse side of the flip instead of the name, where the name of the set and player and all typically would be on the label. This is the opposite side. So you might think that's a mistake on PSA's part. It's actually not, because the card on the back, as I said, it's a postcard back, so it's going to have the typical postcard markings just like the Mickey Cochran. But the unique thing about this, which makes it I'm sure a one of one, is this card is autographed on the back, but it's not autographed by Lefty Grove. It's autographed by his catcher, Mickey Cochran, and teammate with the Philadelphia A's. So this is the Cochran autograph on the postcard back. And here on the top, you'll see the flip. The reason PSA slabbed it the way they did, because it was authenticated by PSA DNA, which is their autograph division. And they looked at the autograph as the primary focus of the card rather than the actual card itself. So the autograph is slabbed on the front, and the player image is on the back, which happens to be a Lefty Grove rookie card, which is a major card just by itself. So a really rare, unique, one-of-a-kind piece there. Sort of a mismatch, so may not be something that everybody would want to collect, but I like it. I thought it was really neat. I bought it, again, off of eBay a few years ago, and very happy to have it. Next rookie we're going to take a look at, we move to 1929. This is Mel Ott from the New York Giants. Ott is one of the original 500 home run club members. Hit 511 in his career. This card is a 1929 cash-in. These were black and white square cards, close to the size of a postcard also, and had all the top major stars of the day, including Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and Jimmy Fox, and all the biggest names. Okay. It's surrounded by a white border. This one's not very nicely centered. A lot of times the image ends up being almost completely off of one top or bottom border. This one is actually nice. And the back is blank. The back is clean here. Seems to be very much undergraded at a 1.5. But again, I don't resubmit cards to try to get higher grades. So if I buy it graded, I keep it graded as it is. So really nice Mel Ott rookie, nice image of him follow through on his swing. Up next we have, this is actually a second Mel Ott, a different rookie option. This is also from the exhibit Vending Machines. And this one is called a 4-on-1 exhibit. Excuse me, for the obvious reason it's got 4 players on the one card. Mel Ott is in the upper right corner there. These typically had all teammates on the same card, so all 4 players were usually from the same ball club, in this case the New York Giants. This is from 1929 to 30, so this was issued over a 2-year period. And same 29 season as the cash-in. This card on the bottom left has Bill Terry as well, so you got 2 Hall of Famers on the one card. Some of these 4-on-1 exhibits will actually have 4 Hall of Famers, 1 in every spot. Those are really neat to collect, especially if you're a player collector. You can pick up 4 different players with the purchase of 1 card, so I think that's really cool. But another Mel Ott rookie option here. Next card we have is 1936. This is a Gowdy. They call it a Gowdy Premium. It's again about the size of a postcard. This one pictures the big name is Joe DiMaggio. But Joe McCarthy is the other player, which was his manager. This is from 1936 Gowdy Premiums. This one is from the first series, which is known as Type 1. So PSA has it labeled as Gowdy Premium Type 1. It's a 2-player, 2 teammate card. DiMaggio, center fielder, is rookie season. So this is a DiMaggio rookie. There's 3 or 4 different DiMaggio 36 cards, which are all rookie cards. This being a popular one. The Worldwide Gum out of Canada from 36 is his most widely sought after card. Also much more expensive. He also has an R312, which is an oversized premium again. That one is colorized. So it was a photo that was basically colored in by an artist, and those are larger than this even. And DiMaggio also has a 36 National Chickle, which is about the same size as these Gowdy Premiums are. And it pictures him batting, and behind him is a catcher and an umpire, so it's sort of like an action shot. That one's also popular with DiMaggio rookie collectors. Next up we have another DiMaggio. I did not mention this one. This one, I like to look at it as a rookie. It's from the same 36 Gowdy Premium set. This one is from the 4th series though, and the 4th series was issued in 1937 instead of 36. So technically it's a 37 card, which means it's not a real true rookie because his rookie year was 36. But this one is a nice portrait, really young DiMaggio image there. Kind of reminds me of a few of the images from his San Francisco Seals minor league days in the PCL before he came up to New York. He had a couple of photos taken very similar to this, so I kind of liked the image there. And it's also him alone on the card as opposed to the Type 1, which was the 36 Gaudy Premium with McCarthy. So, personal favorite of mine. Not technically, not really a rookie card, but I like it. Next up, we have this is another 37 Gaudy, also the 4th series, Type 4. This is Rapid Robert Feller, or Bob Feller, in his earliest days with the Cleveland Indians. Feller's getting ready to throw a pitch here, a nice action shot. Again, this is put out by Gaudy. It's about the size of a postcard. Back of it is blank. The back of the DiMaggio is blank also. I didn't show that, but very popular Feller rookie. Feller also has a 37 exhibit from the 4-on-1 series again with 3 other Cleveland Indian teammates. So that's another 37 Feller rookie option in addition to this one. Feller also had a sports stamp, which was basically printed in a newspaper page that you were supposed to cut out. And that was issued in 36, so that's really Feller's earliest collectible. But it's a newspaper cutout, so it's not a card and wouldn't qualify for a rookie card. Although it's still still a rookie, and it predates the rookie card by a year. Okay, next up is my only post-war baseball. This is a really tough card. This was from the Cons Wieners, the Cons hot dog series from the 50s that ran also through the 60s. They typically made cards of mainly the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Cleveland Indians. Those were the major teams. They were distributed in that market in the northern Midwest area. This is Frank Robinson. Robinson's Topps rookie card is from 57. This is 1956. So this is a year before Frank Robinson's traditional Topps rookie. This one is a regional issue, but it's a true card. Cons Wieners hot dog items are looked at as cards. It's about the size of a little shorter than a postcard, but about the same width. And definitely my favorite rookie card choice for Frank Robinson. Plus the fact that it's a much tougher card to find than the 57 Topps, which is a mainstream set, obviously. Cons also made a Robinson in 57. It also another option for a rookie card since his Topps rookie is 57. Obviously, between the 56 and 57, I would much rather have the 56. It's also a much rarer card. The 57s are not easy to find, but there's definitely more of those out there than the 1956 here. The other important thing about this one is at the bottom of the card, you'll see it has the Wiener, the Wiener the world awaited. Sorry. So the tab with the Cons advertising on the bottom is still attached. Sometimes some of these tabs are missing on the bottom, less than half of the time, but there's a decent number of cards out there that don't have the tab. The value of those is considerably less and kind of takes away from the eye appeal of the card if you know that it should be there. And the last rookie from my PC that we're going to look at today is the one basketball card that I mentioned earlier. So this is a tall boy, Topps 1969 to 70, Lou Alcindor, who eventually changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So this is Alcindor playing with Milwaukee, where he began his excuse me, major league career. I'm sorry, NBA career. Really nice centering on this one. Top to bottom is good, left to right is good. The back of it has his UCLA college stats, his bio information, and then a little cartoon drawing, as Topps often did in the 60s and early 70s on the bottom there. Alcindor actually has a pre-rookie, which is produced a year before this. He played basketball in Italy, and there's a card, an Italian card. They are made of him on the U.S. Olympic team, and excuse me, that one is very, very desirable, very difficult to find. I think the population on that is somewhere around 50 or so, compared to this Topps rookie, which is in the thousands. Um, I happen to have that pre-rookie, I call it, Alcindor as well. But this is the one I pulled out today. This one's a PSA 5. Was the NBA all-time scoring leader until LeBron James broke the record last season. So that's going to wrap up today's episode, showing another 10 favorite cards from my personal collection. These were all Hall of Fame rookies. The next group I'm going to show when I do a PC video again will probably be some of my oddball stuff, which is primarily 50s, 60s, and also some pre-war postcards and some other items as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.